This topic name is Honey Lickers or Jar Devourers. Are you searching for the most ideal leaders? Then you may well search forever. Chanakya, India's most astute statesman, observed a leader is like a honey collector for the king. A honey collector may lick his hand after gathering and storing the honey in the jar, and that is tolerable. But if he finishes off the entire jar in his greed, then that results in a big scandal. Sadly enough, people most often find their leaders only holding out their fingers for a little taste while keeping the entire jar for themselves. This is rampant corruption. However, if we keep hoping and praying for a leader whose hand will remain completely clean and dry, even after he collects all the money he can find, then surely we believe in an unreal world. Human beings make essentially imperfect leaders and cannot give up complete freedom from corruption. But if they allow the honey of human resources to be distributed optimally among their citizens, then they make good leaders. Find a leader who values dharma and fears adharma, who is willing to make the effort to maximize honey contribution and minimize his own over consumption. Fortunately or unfortunately, we have neither an entirely ideal leader like Yudhishthir nor an outright conceited one like Duryodhan. What we find today is some who worship the arrogance and might of Duryodhan, and some others who admire the purity and righteousness of Yudhishthir. Choose the latter and follow in their path. Consciously shun those who prescribe to Duryodhan's way of life. This choice of finding and following either honey lickers or jar devourers ultimately lies in our hands. And therein lies our role in shaping the future we want for ourselves, whether as individuals or as a nation. The next point is principally speaking. Indrajit's loyalty towards his father Ravan was blind and based on their personal relationship and not on any inherent beliefs or principles. On the other hand, Lakshman's relationship with Ram was based initially on their natural rapport as siblings, but later strengthened with when their father, King Dashrath, put up weak resistance when his favorite wife Kaikeyi demanded that Ram be exiled to the forest. At that time, Lakshman, even while respecting Dasrath in his capacity as their father, was vehemently opposed to the father's action that seemed driven by false sentiment, and Lakshman was willing to stand by Ram, even if it meant pushing his own father. This conflict of having to choose between one's parent or loved one and the principle of justice is a classic one. Indrajit was unable to do the right thing. He did not care about justice and blindly endorsed the crime his father Ravan committed in converting and abducting Sita. When we are forced when we are forced to choose between loyalty to an individual and loyalty to a certain core principle, it is not an easy decision to make. Seldom do we see a political party having the honesty to critically analyze its leaders and take a carefully weighed decision. Instead, party ethics mostly dedicate a yes to everything that the leader espouses, much like Indrajit's behavior. Such political parties eventually face failure that can be traced back to their own crimes, just the way Ravan was finally destroying along with all his loyalists. Choose a group and a leader who believe in engaging in dialogue and not just imposing a monologue. The worst and most to blame for failure are the silent observers, the false flatters of incapable leaders. Thank you so much, friends, for listening this. If you all are liking, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Bye. Take care.